from Georgetown. This is Kaieteur Radio, the radio with a difference. It is time for a rebroadcast of last Wednesday's edition of the Lall Show. Encourage you to join us this evening at 19 hours 20 for the Friday edition.
You missed me. I miss all of you too. Namaste. Joshua?
Yes, sir.
I had a beautiful 12 days walk with ray daggers. So, I enjoyed it. You know, this morning, I wake up and I came downstairs and I was walking in my house. Between the chairs, right or wrong, go wrong, wrong and wrong, wrong and wrong. It's not easy walking 12 days straight and then go to bed and wake up and there's nothing to walk about. And went in the gym too.
Wow.
I walk a whole hour on the treadmill. Hello, Guyana. I am back. Got a little hoarse, but it's okay. I am back with the programs. I just returned from the Essequibo Coast, having witnessed and being part of one of the most amazing human feats I have ever seen. Yes. To see a 65-year-old man walk from Molson Creek in Berbice to Charity on the Essequibo Coast, 12 straight days without missing an inch of the pathway, in the rain, Josh, in that hot sun, Josh, to raise awareness and to also demand a change of that oil contract to benefit every Guyanese. Man, that was truly a historic moment in our history. I congratulate and pay tribute tonight to Mr. Ray Daggers and his family for encouraging him in this struggle for a better oil deal. Yes, a better life, a better everything for every human being in Guyana, even the animals. I was honored to be part of this historic making event from the beginning to the end. And I tip my hat off. Yes, I tip it to Mr. Daggers and all those who were part of that walk. Like I said, Josh, the walk was a victory in the struggle for a better oil deal. It opened the eyes of many Guyanese to that grave injustice which was done to our country and all of us. It also showed the widespread national support which exists throughout the length and breadth of this country for a better oil contract. One which must be fair, be just to all sides. Throughout the journey, Uncle, persons offered their support in various ways to Mr. Daggers and the walkers behind him. I believe Mr. Daggers should be at the top of the list for a national award. I also believe that a form of national recognition should be given to all the men and women, both young and old, who was part of that walk, because they were walking for a cause greater than their personal interests. They were walking for the good of the country and all the people in it. Wow. But as we know, Uncle, the philosophy or attitude of our leaders is one which says that if you're not for them, then you're against them. The politicians refuse to see it any other way. You gotta be 100% with them, whether they're sending you to your grave or not. That's who the PPP and the PNC were and still is today. and they will always be that way tomorrow. They are incapable of doing what's good for Guyana and for all of us. That attitude, Uncle and Auntie, was displayed towards the end of that heroic journey, where I believe ExxonMobil instructed our leaders to use whatever means they can use, or do whatever it takes to bring that walk to an end. Yes, using the good men and women in the police force who try their best to intimidate us, telling us we had to stop playing the music and the tapes during the awareness walk. Auntie, Uncle, it wasn't intimidation. And certainly it wasn't funny. It was laughable. It was laughable to see policemen and women trying to tell Glenn Lall and Mr. Ray Daggers, along with the walkers, that a microphone cannot be used to sing a song or explain to the nation the reason, the purpose of the walk. I felt very sad for those policemen and women when I watched their faces and listened to their voices as they approach us along the way on the west coast of Demerara and on the Essequibo coast. Man, when they asked us if we had permission to play music and to use a mic, I was sad because I knew their hearts, minds, body and soul was with every one of us. With Mr. Daggers and all those who were walking with him for the betterment of all Guyanese. I could have sensed that they were ordered to come and try a thing to shut off the mic and the music. It didn't work, Auntie, and it will never work, Uncle, once Glenn Lall is around. Oh, once Glenn Lall is around, knowing that we are not breaking the laws of this country. We had to stand our ground. Yes. So they backed off. Cheers, guys. Cheers. Uncle and Auntie, long story short, the policemen and women were ashamed of what they were sent to do, trying to disrupt and prevent us from using the mic, raising awareness as to this wholesale robbery with our resources, and playing music during the walk. I honestly felt sorry for those cops, but it is what it is. Let me repeat, Uncle. Oil companies get corrupt governments all over the world to use their armed forces to intimidate and even kill their own citizens so that they can exploit and fetch away the people's wealth. Yes, I want to say tonight, loud and clear, to the government, to the opposition and to ExxonMobil, it ain't gonna work in Guyana. This time, not a long time. Not as long as this body, and many more Guyanese that I know of can breathe. Don't try it here. I have a special message for ExxonMobil. The time for that type of divide and trying to enslave the population so that you, Exxon and your partners, can enrich yourselves with our resources has long gone. Yes, It has long gone. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. We will fight on. Yes, we will fight on. And let me tell you this, the fight now begins. Yes, all Guyana was with Ray Daggers and all the walkers, including myself, on that journey from Berbice to the end of Essequibo. Uncle, there are so many unforgettable memories throughout that walk that I will live, that will live within me for this lifetime and many more to come, wherever I am. I will only share one that touched my heart. Towards the end of that walk, yes, heading into charity, some little school children came out and was cheering us on. That was a moment I will never forget. And I said to them, this walk is for all of you to have a better life. Auntie, their heartfelt gesture brought tears to my eyes. As I looked at those children waving us on, man, I couldn't help. I could not hold back the tears from my eyes. I remember right away how every American school child, yes, every American school child gets a beautiful lunch every day in school, while more than half of our school children right across this country goes to school with empty lunch kits. Yes. That moment was very moving and touching to Mr. Ray Daggers and all the walkers. Yes, we discussed it at the hotel with some of them, and it really touched them to know that American children, yes, American children can get free lunch, while those children that was waving us, I am pretty much certain half of them were hungry. You know why the American children can get free lunch, Uncle? Every day? Because of the billions of US dollars that ExxonMobil has been taking out from poor countries all over the world. And now, Guyana. How can this ever be? You tell me. How can the American children get free food of the children who owns the wealth in Guyana? How can this ever be fair? How can this ever be right? This is why, guys, this is why, Guyanese, my fellow citizens, you have to join the fight to make it right. Yes, and we will succeed. We will overcome this burden, these leaders, these political gangsters, and parasites put us in. We will. Trust me on that one. I am feeling it. In front of that school, I ended up forcing a well-tinted police car to stop. When the windows were rolled down, there were government officials hiding at the back seat, monitoring the walk. This is what they were doing throughout the walk on the Essequibo coast. Every 5 minutes, a police vehicle rolling back and forth with government officials, hiding their faces in shame, videotaping and watching what's going on. This is what President Ali and Bharat Jagdeo have their underlings doing. Oh, afraid to show their faces to Mr. Daggers. Yes, who is only trying to bring awareness so that this nation can wake up from this slumber these leaders have them in. Forgive me for my voice, uncle and auntie. At the last day of that walk, I spoke hours throughout the walk every day. So I get hoarse. So you got to avoid my voice tonight. And don't look at my color. I am a white man tonight. I have lots more to talk about this walk with Mr. Daggers, but I will leave it here with that for tonight. I want to give Ray Daggers on this radio a standing ovation for a spirit made of steel and a vision of where Guyana and all of us can be. Yes. That walk was really a wake-up call for myself and many Guyanese. Thank you, Ray. Let's give this national hero a round of applause. I could not believe this man didn't skip an inch from Molson Creek to Charity. Every walker, including myself, had to take a rest in and out, now and again, but not Ray Daggers. The only rest he had was to take a quick pee and back on it again. Man, if this is not a superhuman being, then nobody is. This 65-year-old took to the streets to do what the 65 members of parliament can never bring themselves to do. Cheers, Ray. And may our Creator keep you and your family strong. Josh, let's give them a round of applause. Yes. Yes. You did it, brother.
Yes.
You did it. Let's move on. 12 days I walk with him, and too much we have to catch up with. Yes. I didn't even get a chance to read and follow the news. But let me say this. All over the world, people who can't pronounce Guyana properly, talking about Guyana and our wealth. What you guys hearing from our leaders, the PPP and the PNC, or the 65 MPs? Votes. Yes. And in secret. Yes. Votes and in secret what they can put their hand on. That's all you hear about. Nothing else. Foreigners talking about your wealth. Can't pronounce Guyana. Pronounce it Guyana. I wanted to play these tapes, but they're too much news. I can't. They're too much for me to play. Yes. They're talking about our wealth, while our leaders talking about votes and what they can put their hand on. The Marriott Hotel was conceived in scampishness, and scampishness would never left it. You guys remember 3 weeks ago, Jagdev said he testing the waters to see what it worth. This man think he alone got sense. Yes, auntie. Yes. When they couldn't huff it, he said the price wasn't right. A few days ago, while we were walking on the streets, he at it again. He tells the nation he's going to put it up for sale again to the same bidders. He retended it for bid again. Yesterday they opened the bids, and only 2 companies of the original set retendered, sent in their bids, uncle. The rest of them back out because they know they're wasting their breath and their money to put in a second bid. Yes. Which is what Jagdev wanted all along. One of them is an American company and one is a Guyanese company. Guess who gonna get it, uncle? One out of the 2 of them. Yes. One out of the 2 of them that is the same thing. Twist it or turn it. Yes. It has been designed and it has been set already. Yes. This is how barefaced and tricky Jagdeo was, is, and will always be with our money-making machines. This man just can't help himself. Anything Guyana owns that is making money for its people, the citizens, there is always a scheme, some concoction, something that just doesn't add up. And he believed people not seeing through him. Yes, with his tricks and his gains. The Borbees Bridge, every time you cross it, man, every time you cross it and pay, the money goes into private hands. His best friend is the largest single private shareholder in it. Yes. Find out what Guyana getting. Guyana, who put the bulk of the money to build that bridge? I find out from him, man. The Skeldon factory, almost 200 million US sitting on our necks. Yes, as debts. It's not a white elephant anymore. It's an 800-pound blue gorilla you're looking at there now. Cherry Jagan Airport. Almost 180 million US done spent. It will go past 200 million and it will be looking, when it is completed, like a brown crapo. Yes, the ones that jump around the house. 190 million loan again for Bill Linden Mabura Road. Yes. That road is to fatten the foreigners to fetch out your timber, your diamond and your gold while we paying the loans. I saw yesterday Ashley Singh announce another 200 million loan, yes, US loan, from the Islamic Bank for repair the Soosdijk-Linden Highway. What the Chinese blocking up every single day with 100 containers of lumber. Yes, 100 containers of lumber using that road every week coming to Georgetown to ship out. Then they announced another 100 million. Yes. Today, for repair, this 100 million US is loan to repair the East Bank Public Road. What is sand trucks blocking up to develop the oil sector? Yes. Another 100 million US loan. To repair the East Bank Public Road. The lumber trucks from Kwakwani. Yes. And also the sand trucks working for the oil company them. Yes. They're broken it up too. Are you doing good business in this land? Every day the PPP and the PNC running to the foreign banks for borrow money for correct the damages and destruction that the oil companies and the other foreigners doing to our infrastructure. Oh, while those same foreigners, along with ExxonMobil, running to the banks with our US billions of we resources. Yes, we borrowing in the hundreds of millions. Yes, what they broke up. Yes, while them fetching out billions in we gold, we timber, we bauxite and we oil. And all you're hearing and all you're seeing is a statement. Oh, we are borrowing to fix the roads for you, the Guyanese people. This is what you call leadership. That is what you call development. This is what you call running a country like a business and not like a cake shop, Joshua. You have a little tape there, Joshua. How you run a country. Thank you, Miss Mortley. Thank you. You can help the horse. You have a tape there, how you run a country like a... Must play it back. Let me remind these people, man. Play it there.
It's a business.
Aye.
Governments have to be run like business. It's not cake shop operation.
Cake shop. It's not cake shop operation. You gotta run like a business. Professor Lubumba from Kenya puts it better than Glenn Lall. The man says every time there is an election, the election is rigged or stolen, never lost or won. He said elections is not about ideas or vision for a country. It is a competition to occupy a lucrative casino. The State House becomes a gambling den on a daily basis, where they gamble our country away, where they gamble with our lives and our livelihoods. It's not about good governance anymore. It's not about what is good for me and you anymore. No. It's all about them, their families and their friends. And everybody wants to be in control of that gambling casino. I want to play this tape for you people to hear it. Play him.
Very few African countries. Do you ever hear in many African countries that a loser has picked a phone and called the winner and said, brother, we had a good competition. The people spoke. The lingua franca after every African election is won. The elections have been stolen. They have been rigged. So in Africa, elections are either stolen or rigged. They are never lost nor won. And why? The reason is very simple. It is cutthroat. It is not a competition of ideas. It is a competition for occupying a lucrative casino so that the political office, the state house, or the government house is a casino where gambling is perpetuated on a daily basis. And everyone wants to be in control of that casino. So until the day that we are able, Mwalimu Nyerere saw these things. He said, he said that State House is a holy place. He said, in Kiswahili, he said it better. He said, Ikulu ni mahali patakatifu. Ikulu ni mahali patakatifu. The State House is a holy place, and we must never convert it into a den of thieves. And one can extend that to Parliament. Parliament is a holy place, and it must not be a den of thieves. We must not build governments where we have Alibaba and 40 thieves. In fact, they are no longer 40. Since Alibaba went there, we now have Alibabas and many other thieves. Until we eliminate Alibabaism from our politics, we are going nowhere. And as I conclude, I want to submit to us that there are ways of ensuring that we eliminate commercialization from the political arena. I know that there are many things that have been done in different countries. There were times when we thought that we should limit electoral expenditure, which is a good thing. We ask people how much you spend in election. We know what it is that would be expended when you are a presidential candidate, when you are a member of parliament, when you are a councillor. But there is a sense in which Chinua Achebe was right. Chinua Achebe, writing in 1958, said of a bird amongst his Igbo people that since man has learned to shoot without missing, Eneke the bird has learned to fly without perching. So there is a sense in which now that we have made the laws, the politicians have also perfected the art of ensuring that they expend beyond the prescribed expenditure without being caught. But that is a step in the right direction. The other one is sensitization of the people. The people themselves must be sensitized. I said at the outset that one of the problems in Africa is the assumption, and I want to repeat to us, perhaps we are the better lot, but there is a sense in Africa in which the politician, whether they say it or not, actually believe that we, the electorate, are a bunch of nincompoops.
Man, Joshua, I don't think I gotta explain this thing, man. That gentleman was superbly perfect in putting out those words. I don't think so. Uncle? Professor Lubumba said, the State House should be a holy place, and we should never convert it into a den of thieves. Look at the PPP, look at the PNC, look at their history, look at what is going on today. And think of what Patrice Lumumba said there just now. The man went on to say, you can extend that to Parliament. Parliament must also be a holy place. It must not be a den of thieves. We must not build governments where we have Alibaba and 40 thieves. Oh. In this country, uncle, we have Alibaba and not 40 thieves, but 4,000 thieves all across this country. In every county, in every region, is a set of Alibabas. The man said, until we get rid of Alibabarism, we're going nowhere. And you could see that. And you could see that the PNC and the PPP will not take you anywhere. You can't see that? Well, I can see that because I have been around a very long time. And this country isn't going anywhere. And it will not go anywhere under these two monsters we have. Ikulu ni mahali patakatifu. Ikulu ni mahali patakatifu. You hear those words? Meaning the State House is a holy place and it should never be converted into a den of thieves. You could pronounce them words, huh?
No.
Yes. Then Professor went on to talk about commercialization in governments. Uncle, you know what he means? He said government officials must not be in business while in office. Today, government officials take over and own almost all the commercial businesses, meaning every big businesses in this country, uncle, yes, the politicians own or are part of. Yeah, man. The GPC land in Jagdeo best friend hands as soon as he take office. Yes. That entity used to put millions of US dollars in Guyana's pocket. Was it by accident? I don't know. It was one of the biggest businesses Guyana had with Limacal and Ferrell, etc. Matter of fact, when the GPC land in Bobby name, Guyana turned around under Barra Jagdeo leadership, in which Bobby used to get the hug of all the drug contracts for all the years. And when the drugs come in for the Ministry of Health, the government was paying him fat rent to store the same drugs they buy from him for the government. Yes, this is how they turn the business of the people into a casino, rolling dice in which we are always the losers. You gotta love Guyana, eh? Down to the cricket You check and see who owned the franchise in Guyana. Everything they put in their hands. Yes. Yes. Borby's Bridge, like I said, is the same thing. The Hydro Falls. The Amelia Hydro Falls was going to be the same thing. The new Demerara Harbour Bridge will be the same thing. I don't know, no? The Wales gas plant can be the biggest commercialization. Yes, the biggest jackpot for them with the secret players behind it. When they can't huff it out with a clean walk, they design it so that only them can eat the hog of it. While the masses, yes, we the citizens, yes, is left with the mess of the hog. That is what we are left with. The crumbs. As for the prime lands in this country, man, uncle and auntie, I don't talk about that. Them best friends and families get lands in the hundreds of acres, here, there, and everywhere across this country. The Sonata complex, where Brassington never fully advertised. Land in Jagdeo best friend hand, in which he told the nation, in which Jagdeo tell the nation how much millions of US dollars he friend gonna invest there, giving over 1,000 people jobs inside. Yes. Today what happened? Yes, we prime property with land gone from me and you hands. The gamblers are at play. Yes, but they are not gambling with their money or assets. They are huffing every piece of our assets, our thing, me and you thing, uncle. The PNC when I went in was no different. Oh boy, no different. They huff and they huff lands too. Like if the parents, they put it there. Did I say elections coming just now, Josh? Are you gotta go out there and stain your fingers for them? Yes. If you don't do that, the gambling will not stop and you wouldn't have a chance to win. So you better go and gamble again for them. Oh. Jagdev telling us he got to decide whether we see the expenses of ExxonMobil. Like if he owns the isle out there. Yes. Gambling with our resources. And the PNC, not only quiet, but utterly useless. Yes. Aubrey Norton, useless as the leader of the PNC. And Ramjatan. God Almighty, come quick and help Guyana, please, I am begging you. Help this nation from these parasites that will stop at nothing in this land. Mr. Lubumba went on to talk about how they changed the law to spend money beyond what was budgeted to spend. Yes, to thief. Yes, to thief so they don't get catch. Excuse me. Every project they put on in this country is 4 or 5 times the rightful figure. You think they love those contractors to give them that kind of money in their pockets? No, no, uncle. Every project is part of how the casinos operate. Yes. Gambling dens, pack of thieves, and they call it infrastructure and development. That's what I keep telling y'all. I walked with Ray Daggers and saw some schools, hospitals, government buildings across this country. My God. I hope and pray that a man like Lall doesn't rise up in this country to jail most of them in the PPP and that of the PNC for the things they did and continuing to do on a daily basis in this country against all of us. I hope and pray that that day doesn't come. God Almighty doesn't smile on that individual to rise up, to send some of these parasites to prison. They believe we are a bunch of nincompoops with no brains. Could you play on there for me, man? Play a little bit.
They believe so. Many African politicians actually hold the electorate in great contempt. They think we don't think. And because they have hypnotized us in countries where ethnicity has taken root, they remind us that, if you elect me, then our tribe is safe. If you elect me, then it is our tribe's turn to eat. So we believe that even if he is a thief, he is our own thief. I'm saying that what we must realize, whether we are in Uganda, whether we are in Kenya or Ethiopia, what we must recognize is that going forward, when we don't have good roads, those good roads, when we don't have good roads, the bad roads will affect all of us. It doesn't matter which tribe you come from. When you can't get medicine in hospital, it is not because of your tribe that you'll get treated. When you don't have good schools, the schools are bad for everybody. And therefore, the time for us is to wake up. I'm now beginning to see people waking up. Look at what is happening in Algeria. The Algerians are telling their leader, oh, you may have been God's gift to us, but even the gods are now tired. And it's not only in Algeria that they are saying that. In Sudan, they are telling the Sudan, we know that you may have been God's gift, but the gods now want you. In South Sudan, which has been at ease for a long, has not been at ease for a long time, just this weekend, the two leaders have now recognized that the matter is very spiritual. They have gone to the Vatican for a spiritual retreat. Things are beginning to get serious.
I love that man. I love to listen to that man. Patrice Lumumba. You guys should Google his name, check TikTok. Yes, go to the African continent websites. He's all over Africa. He has been an eye-opener. Yes, he has been a true son of Africa. Yes, fighting to wake up the leaders in Africa as to what they're doing. He said, the politicians hold every citizen in great contempt, have no regard for who we are. All they're concerned with when elections come around is to show up at your doorsteps, shake hands, smile with you, kiss your babies, take photographs with you, and when you give them your votes, they continue with the casino, gambling away your life, your children's future. Yes. Mr. Lumumba said, they believe that we can't think for ourselves. We are all stupid. We ain't got sense for understand what they're doing. They hypnotize us using race so that they can do what they want. Uncle and Auntie, is what the PPP and the PNC have been doing here. Yes. What have they been doing here since independence? I don't have the answer to that question. You know it. 65-year-old Ray Daggers was talking the talk before he came out and walk that walk. Yes, he was talking before he walked for a better oil deal. Aubrey Compton Norton, the opposition leader of the PNC, who said he wants his people to benefit more out of our resources, did not for a minute, uncle, did not for a minute come out and join Mr. Ray Daggers. Yes, on that walk for a better oil contract. He gotta love how Exxon got us with that contract. What you say, Joshua? Ginger? Thank you. The AFC, headed by Kemraj Ramjatan, also didn't show his face to lend that 65-year-old support to bring about a change in that oil contract so that all Guyana can benefit. No, none of them see it wise to join in. As for the PPP, 1 and 2 of their old hags passing along, shouting victory for PPP. Yes, shouting to us, victory for the PPP. Yes, while the PPP have the police shadowing we every step we make. None of them came out. Uncle, you heard the professor when he said, if you elect me, our tribe is safe. If you elect me, it is our tribe time to eat. Oh boy, is what happening in Guyana, man. The man said this is where ethnicity takes its roots. He said, if the thief, yes, if the thief is our we people thieving, if the PPP thief is okay with their supporters, if the PNC thief, it's okay with their supporters, is our we thieves. How sick a nation can be when this type of attitude becomes people's mentality. It's okay for your brother to thief, but it's not okay for your neighbor to thief. Uncle and auntie, unless we wake up in this land and first break this blind loyalty to party and race, and get your children and grandchildren to walk away from this cancer, this disease about race and party. Oh, are you be prepared for generations to come to eat mud cakes with these international gangsters we have in this land who are aided, who are being aided and abetted, yes, by our own local bandits. Yes, those international gangsters, Exxon and others, who are aided and abetted by our own, yes, are we own thieves? Yes, Ginger, are we own thieves? Yes. Lubumba said, the time has come to eradicate that thinking, to change this way of life. Yes, change the mindset if you want to be somebody or to get somewhere, uncle. Yes, if you want your children to live a good life, change that way of thinking. I don't know how much more simple that man, along with myself and many others, can bring you people to this grim reality that faces this country today. I don't know. I don't know, uncle. You have to wake up. Like I said, elections coming June 12th. Y'all gotta go out and stain your fingers for the gambling den of thieves. How you go out, man? Mr. Lubumba, Professor Lubumba said, when you don't have good roads, it doesn't only affect you, the PPP or the PNC, it affects all of us. The man said when you got to go to the hospitals and they don't have medication, it doesn't only affect Indians and Africans, Amerindians alone, it affects all of us. Whether you do BP, PNC or KFC. Uncle and auntie, when you get flooding, it does affect one race. Huh? It does affect all of we. You think our PPP or PNC alone inside. Is all of we getting flood out. When you don't got good schools with proper teachers, it's not the PPP children alone will be left stupid. All going to be dotish. That is what the man is saying. He's educating Africa. Yes. The same way Glenn Lall and so many of us, my reporters downstairs and editors. Yes, the same way they're educating Guyana. Last night, there was blackout all over. Yes. It didn't bypass the PPP houses or it run past the PNC houses. No uncle, no auntie. All of we suffered. At least I got generator and it kick in. What you have? Cardboard fan or a candle. But the gamblers, yes, why all going and staying on your fingers for come June 12? Them got not one generator, them got 2 generators in the house. Yes. While your fan or open your window or your door for get a little breeze. The gambling den with Alibaba. You know how long I have been preaching about Alibaba and the thieves, the fartachores? I go back and check Google the Kaieteur News. Years now, donkey years now I have been talking that same talk. Yes, that now Patrice Lubumba preaching in the Kaieteur News. Umpteen times I have been talking about Alibaba and the fatty thief. Just Google it and check it, man. Adam Harris and I used to have a field day writing that column about Alibaba. You know the column them I say? About Alibaba. Since he began thieving. And now many Alibabas has been cultivated, all across this country. Yes. Like I said, me and Adam Harris used to get fun, lots of fun, writing the column them by say about Alibaba and the farty chores, the farty thieves. Yes. Today, I'm living to see them and hear an African professor talking about it in Africa today. Yes. The Alibabas, yes, they are in every corner. Them so ashamed. Them hiding their face in police vehicles. Yes. If only them young policemen and women hear this program, they might want to drive them overboard. This is how them manage your oil sector. Hiding in tinted vehicles and police vehicles. I wonder if the Commissioner of Police got space for me to join the police force. I want to be a driver. To drive Alibaba and the farty thieves. Mr. Hickens, you got room for me? Oh, they will stop at nothing in this land. Absolutely nothing they will stop. Uncle, just like how Lumumba says he's happy to see Africa waking up. Man, Uncle, Auntie, that walk I went on with Mr. Daggers, I didn't only hear how people waking up. I was able to see and feel how the Guyanese people are waking up to what is happening in this land from both the PPP and the PNC Alibabas. Both of them, the PPP and the PNC, they believe they have been God's gift to Guyana. Yes, but Lumumba said, and he was rightly, yes, he's correct. Even the gods are fed up with them now. Yes. Oh. Mr. Lumumba said, he was saying how the gods is turning their backs against those corrupt bastards in Africa. I think our Creator is turning their backs against them, same chapter say. Yes, all of them. All of them. You have another tape there. Play it, let them hear this man.
And ladies and gentlemen, Africa can be great, Africa must be great, but in order for Africa to be great, we must inject what I've called at a different setting, we must inject hygiene in our politics.
Ginger, hear that? Africa must be great again, and the only way that can happen, we must inject hygiene into politics. Yes, hygiene. Hygiene, uncle. Hygiene in school you learn. We learn that subject. Keep your surroundings. Yes. And classroom clean. Your parents, our parents teach us to keep ourselves clean. Yes. In politics, everything must be clean. Everything must be above board, on the table. In Africa and in Guyana, everything is dirty. Dirty, uncle and auntie. So nasty that they have no shame, even with what is said on the streets about them. And what is said on this radio program about them. Oh, they have no shame. They have no shame about how they smell. Yes. Uncle, for them to send people in tinted cars, not only to watchman we, but to go sit down and listen to what people talking about them. Yes. I see couple special branch police during the course of the walk. Oh, them so ashamed to do what they were told to do. When I see Lall, as we pass them, man, you got to see their faces. All of them I called out to and told them, I had to tell them, don't hide your face, man. You come and take me photographs. Come and take the people photographs. Let me pose so that you guys can get a proper photos. Because Lall only know to do things a clear, simple and straightforward way. Yes. And let us do it with a smile. I ask all of them, if their leaders don't have anything better to send them out there to do. Poor fellas, uncle. All they can do is smile and say, Lall, you the most stupidest. Commissioner, don't do this, man. Don't do this for these parasites you're working for. Trust me. It's not going to work. Whatever Lall say in the street, he say it on the radio. Whatever Lall can do anywhere, I could do it on the radio. And I could talk it. Oh. Oh, they're ashamed as the policemen and women. Yes, Ginger, they're ashamed. Policemen and women got to sneak around, spying on Ray Daggers and Glenn Lall, rather than spying on people who robbing Guyana. Y'all should have sent them to spy in the gold field, in the timber field, in the bauxite field. Let them go spy how much barrel oil come up there to come back and report to Ayo. That is what I should send them to do. Not for come spy on Glenn Lall and a few decent citizens walking the streets, protesting to get a better share or a better deal from the aisle. Come on, you shameless parasites. If I am to talk what some of them tell me, oh boy, they will lose their jobs. A matter of fact, I tell almost all of them to submit in their reports that Glenn Lall said. And I name all of them who are thieves in the country. Yes. I wish I could have called the names on this radio, but they would want to sue me. Yes. They're going to want to sue me. Like how Jack Davis say he's going to sue Mr. Sue, who he never knew. Yes. And can't find. I know though that I could tell the policemen them they can't sue me. So I tell them and I call the names who are the thieves in this country and who they should be taking out photographs where they go, who they sit with, who they drink with, and what deal them and what them are caught. Yes. And they laugh. All them laugh. Yeah, they can only laugh. They know what they're doing. I give them things for right, Commissioner. Mr. Ali, Norton, and Jagdeo. No matter what they do, no matter what they say, Uncle, we are on the road to victory. I am feeling it. Yes. I am tasting it and I am smelling it. I am feeling it in the air. Justice Kissoon ruling that ExxonMobil give Guyana full protection in the event of an oil spill was upheld by our appeal court judge, Rishi Singh. Yes. Let me explain a little on this thing because this thing is creating a bit of confusion in some people's minds all over this country. Please listen to me carefully, Uncle. ExxonMobil is required by law to give us a signed document to pay for any and all damages caused to this country and its people from an oil spill. Am I clear there, Ginger?
Yes.
Not just an insurance policy of 600 million US or up to a 2 billion guarantee. The laws does not only ask for an insurance policy alone, Uncle, but it also demands, let me repeat, the law does not ask for an insurance policy alone, but it also demands that the parent company of ExxonMobil, yes, ExxonMobil Guyana, sign taking on all the responsibility above and beyond that insurance policy with a signed document and hand it to Guyana. Uncle, which Exxon promises, keep on promising, yes, and never give us on to now for Lisa 1, 2, 3, Lisa 4, and the 5th Lisa was Jagdeo grant 2 weeks ago. All we keep on hearing from Exxon is promises. And Justice Kissoon says no more of that. Guyana must have it within 30 days. If not, stop pumping oil. Get out, pack up. Uncle and auntie, please listen to me carefully. That order, yes, that ruling, that decision from Justice Kissoon hurt Jagdeo throat. He instructed the EPA to file an appeal to that decision. And that appeal, yes, they want the appeal court judge to put a halt to that 30 days time given to ExxonMobil to secure Guyana with full protection. Yes. That's what I got to the appeal court to ask them to halt that. Then Jagdeo added the government, yes, to the EPA, yes, to fight against that ruling. So you got the government plus the state to fight that Justice Kissoon order. And even ExxonMobil joined that fight to Ginger. Well, here the piece what I want to make very clear here, Uncle. All the fight where you see they want to fight Justice Kissoon decision. Monday, yes, Monday, that appeal came up for hearing before Justice Rishi Prasad, in which he made it clear to all of them that Justice Kissoon's order, yes, that Justice Kissoon's order, let me repeat, that Justice Kissoon's decision will remain untouched until he makes his decision on May 29. Am I clear, Ginger? Meaning, Uncle, that the 30-day Justice Kissoon give Exxon and the EPA to secure Guyana stands. Yes. I love it. I love it. Yes. I think every Guyanese love it. I wonder how Jagdeo feel with that new ruling. Them run to court for buy time. Yes. Stall up the process and not protecting Guyana with that guarantee. But them lie, Uncle. Them lie, Auntie. Let's wait and see the full outcome of that appeal. Auntie, the curtain wall is falling. Uncle, it is falling on our side. Yes. Let me tell you another one. Today, another bombshell fall our way. Yes, fall our side. The UK Guardian, yes, a newspaper, published an article. They published an analysis where it showed that since Justice Kissoon handed down that decision, Exxon share price dropped by 12%.
Wow.
You don't hear me, Ginger? Yes, a UK article. They published an analysis to show since Justice Kissoon said, hey, ExxonMobil, give Guyana that guarantee, them share price dropped 12%. Which is causing worries in their shareholders' pockets. They're worried about oil spill and their bank books since Justice Kissoon ruling. Yes. Who worried about? Worried about us. Who been worrying about Guyana? Huh? Not a single one of our politicians in the PPP, the PNC, or the AFC. It's only Glenn Lall and the Kaieteur News and one Melinda Janki and a few others were fighting, rowing, and kicking up a storm about insuring Guyana. Wow. You see? Thanks to both judges for doing what these parasites for leaders refusing to do for the Guyanese people. I love it. I love it. And I couldn't be more happier than how I am tonight. Yo, we should be, man, I think I'm going to drink a Corona tonight before I go home. Yes. Uncle, we also learned today that two major shareholders of Exxon is demanding to know the risk their pockets face of an oil spill from Guyana. Hear that? Two major shareholders concerned, and they are demanding to know the risk their pocket face from an oil spill in Guyana. Uncle and Auntie, Justice Kissoon's ruling is making waves across the world. Lawyers fighting similar cases around the globe is looking to this judgment as a means of inspiration. You hear that, Uncle? Justice Kissoon's ruling is setting the stage for other countries to carry the fight against the Exxons of this world. I love it. I love it, Justice Kissoon. You're making a name across this world. Yes. All praises should go. All praises should go, though, to my hero, Malinda Janki. Uncle, Malinda Janki went to court for all Guyana and was able to get win. Yes, was able to get a win in the case she brought against the permit. The 20 years permit, it was reduced to 5 years, which was required by the law. She win that. That was the first win that raised eyebrows with the shareholders and their pockets. Here, Ginger? That's the first win that raised eyebrow. What Melinda Janki win for Guyana. It raised eyebrow to the shareholders' pocket because they know the coalition give ExxonMobil 20-year permit rather than what the law required 5 years. And she get a judge, carried the matter to court and won it. Yes. She went to court again for the second time and won the environmental case where Schlumberger at Houston was dumping hazardous chemicals causing harm to nearby residents. Now she moved to court with this protection case and all the shareholders are worried, including Exxon. Yes, yes, isn't it time? All Guyana say thanks to this beautiful lady called Melinda Janki. Josh? Huh? Yes, man. Yes, thank you. Thank you. And also to Sina Jairam of Trinidad, Senior Counsel. Yes. Along with the two gentlemen, Collins and White, who filed the case. Yes. I think they too should be given a round of applause. Yeah, man. Thank you. Plus, there are 4 more cases to be heard in the courts, and more will follow. Yes, I love it. I love it, Guyana. Yes. If we don't learn to hold hands, if we don't learn to hold hands like brothers and sisters, we will all perish like fools. Martin Luther King words. Martin Luther King words. Uncle, let me end. Let me end with the Marriott Hotel. It's a done deal. It's gone to the rightful owner. Yes, the rightful owners. Yes, they're going to switch hand very soon. The Kaieteur and Kanji oil blocks also went to their rightful owners. You don't want me to call names. And every other thing is going one by one to the rightful owners. Their parents left Guyana in their will for them. Yes. Only time will tell, Uncle. Only time will tell. The oil money, them pass law for do what they want with it. Like I said, only time will tell. I know my Creator doesn't sleep. Yes, my Creator doesn't sleep. And with that I say namaste